Hello guys, welcome to my question and answers video. I've had various requests for question and answers and finally it's here. Yay. So, I'll start with my first question. How many years did it take you to learn the piano? I started when I was nearly 6, so it's been nearly 10 years that I've been learning the piano. And how many years did it take you to learn the violin? I've been playing the violin for nearly 4 years now, but actually I played the violin during 1 month when I was 8 years old, because I really wanted to play it. But my parents got fed up quite quickly and told me that it would be better just to play one instrument, so I went back to just playing the piano and no violin. However, I still really wanted to play the violin, so when I was 11 I finally started it properly. Yeah. Okay, when did you first realise playing the piano is what you wanted? I never really realised that playing the piano was what I wanted because we had a piano at home, my great-great-grandfather's piano. So my parents thought when I was 5.5 that it would be a good idea to take me to a piano lesson since we had a piano at home and my dad actually played the piano for me to see if I liked it. I liked the first lesson and then I just continued going and learning. So that's when I started playing it. What instrument would you like to learn to play? If I had to choose an instrument, I think I would go for the cello. So when I was little, I really loved to watch the two cellos, and I actually was a bit sad when they stopped playing together because the duets were just amazing. And I also really liked the cello in the Netflix series Wednesday, so if I had to pick another instrument, I'd really like to pick the cello and I'd like to learn to play it one day. Do you intend to specialise in one particular instrument? Actually, I kind of specialise in the piano because I have more time during the lessons for the piano than the violin, and it's like my main instrument. What inspired you to start piano and violin? Actually already answered for the piano, but now let's see what inspired me to start playing the violin. I think it might have been when I was 7, I think. Yeah, 7. We actually went to Vienna on holidays and we went to a museum where I saw a violin you could play, but it even had the bow and everything except for the strings. And after that I don't know, just wanted to start it. I would have liked to try the violin in that museum. I'd say it's that. There was also a video I used to watch when I was little with 2 little girls with their mum that played Let It Go. The 2 little girls were on the violin and the mum played the piano. So I really liked that video too. Okay, next question. Have you interests or hobbies outside of music and travel, such as playing sports or cinema or art and crafts? One of my hobbies is reading. I really love reading. I read every night basically. I've read a book that I really enjoyed. That was Pride and Prejudice. I don't know, I just loved it, especially with Mr. Darcy, definitely my favourite character. He was just so special. His personality was really different, I'd say. But I really loved it. So, really recommend you reading Pride and Prejudice. Then I've got my all-time favourite book collection that I probably read 50 times by now. Okay, I've read these ones various times and it's Harry Potter. Really love them. This one is the 7th book. Got them all. So yeah, Harry Potter books. Really, really love them. But I'd say from all the Harry Potter books, my favourite one is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I really, really enjoy this one. Oh look, Poppy came to say hello. Actually, Poppy really likes books too, because when I'm reading at night, sometimes she comes on my lap and just starts, and I've got a book, and she goes on it, and she starts looking. So cute. So yeah, that's Poppy. I also really like other types of books like Second World War books, Agatha Christie books. I'm a really big fan. You can see a lot of them here, all the red ones, all Agatha Christie books. I really, really love them. And I also love some books, the Greek books like the Odyssey and the Iliad. We actually had to read some adapt versions of them at school, and I really enjoyed them too. Yeah, Portuguese, this one was for school. And I also read Wuthering Heights. Didn't like it so much, this one. I preferred Pride and Prejudice, but yeah, these are some of the books I've read and I really like. Okay, next question. What is your dream job and is it music related? I would love it to be music related and to go around the world playing the piano. You see, I would absolutely love it, but in Portugal it's a quite difficult job since it doesn't give you much money or anything. So I have to be realistic, get a proper, a job where I know that I will get enough income to have a good life. So it will probably be something related to sciences. What countries or places would you like to visit one day? Well, so I would love to visit. I'd basically love to go around the world. That's the real thing. Some countries that are on the top of my list, I'd say number 1 maybe Japan. I'd love to go to Tokyo, Osaka. I would really, really love to go there. I would love to visit Florida. It just seems to be beautiful there. I would also love to go to Mexico, Cancun. I think that would be really nice. The Yellowstone Park is also on the top of my list. I would love it. And I would also love to go to countries like Sweden, especially Norway, and Finland. I would love to go to Finland during the Christmas time. It would be awesome. So here are some of the countries I would really love to visit one day. I would also love to go to many other places, but here are some of them. What city would you like to visit to perform for a YouTube video? I think probably Tokyo. Okay, I forgot one earlier. I would also love to go to South Korea. And I think it would be awesome to perform some K-pop videos. So it's for this question, yeah. The answer, that's it. Next question. Could I book you for an event like a wedding anniversary, for instance? I would really like to go and play for weddings and things like that and events. Actually, last year I played at a festival and that was really awesome, an amazing experience. I absolutely loved it, but I would only be able to go and play at weddings and things like that during summer and the school holidays, because otherwise I've got a lot of work, so I don't have the time for that. Which is the very first song you remember playing on the piano and the violin? On the violin it was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't remember what the very first song was on the piano. However, I remember when I was 7 really wanting to play Let It Go by Frozen, because I was like obsessed with that song. I actually managed to reach the 4th page. It had 7 pages, something like that. But it was quite difficult and I got fed up. What is your favourite, most beautiful place in Portugal to see? Portugal is just a beautiful country. I really advise you to visit it. But one of my favourite places really is maybe Lisbon. I really love to go there with the narrow little streets. It's just so cute, you see. I also love the Algarve with the beautiful beaches and the beautiful countryside. So Lisbon and the Algarve. Who is your favourite Portuguese composer? Okay, this one is really difficult. I don't even think I know any Portuguese composer actually. I don't know any. So, there must be Portuguese composers. So, I'm sorry, I cannot answer this question. I don't know any. If you could have met one of the most famous composers of history, who would you choose and why? Okay, so the first famous composer that I would want to know better would be Mozart, because apparently he gave really big parties, he loved gambling and all that. So I'm sure we could really have a lot of fun. Another composer that I would really like to know would be Beethoven. He actually had a very miserable life. He was very miserable. And his father wanted him to be like a second Mozart. So I would like to understand better why he wanted so badly to be Mozart when he had an extreme talent and he composed beautiful things like Moonlight Sonata and things like that. Who is your favourite all-time classical music composer? This one will be very difficult because there are just so many composers that all did such amazing pieces. So I'll try to answer this. But I'd say one of my all-time favourites is Mozart. When I was little, I absolutely loved his pieces. I still love them. At some point, I just wanted to learn Mozart's pieces and not try other things. I was also a very big fan of Tchaikovsky with his Swan Lake and Nutcracker. Absolutely love those. But now I really like Liszt's pieces like La Campanella, and I love the Lebensraum No. 3. It's just so beautiful. And I also enjoy Chopin's pieces. I really like Fantaisie Impromptue, and I also like the Revolutionary Etude. I really like them too. But yeah, that's it. And I also like Beethoven's pieces, like Moonlight Sonata is definitely my favourite. So basically, I don't really have a favourite all-time classical music composer because they're just all awesome. Moving on to the next question, what is your favourite movie or show? So I've actually got 2 favourite shows. I've got 1 favourite movie and 1 favourite show. My favourite movie is actually the British comedy Carry On, and it's Carry On Abroad. It was just so funny. It's where they went to Spain for holidays to a hotel that wasn't finished, and yeah, basically that's it. And it was just hilarious. Now, my favourite show is the next Netflix show, Wednesday. Okay, I've even got some little things here. Wednesday Addams. Definitely my favourite character from the show. Got it here. Tiny Wednesday Addams. So cute. So, this is definitely my favourite show and favourite movie. Okay, so now this question. What is your favourite colour? I don't know why, but this is really a difficult question for me. Because, you see, some days I really like pink, but then some other days I hate it and I love black. So, don't know. I also like purple, it's nice. But I think it depends on my mood, I don't know. Because sometimes I really love black and it's like, yeah. But then some days I'm just like, Barbie mode, I love pink. So yeah. Okay, do you enjoy opera? And if so, do you have a favourite opera? I think this video will answer everything for you. So this was a little video from when I went to watch one of the best concerts in my life. That was Andre Rieu concert. I absolutely loved it. It was awesome. And yes, definitely I enjoy opera. What is your favourite food? This one is difficult too because there are various foods that I like. For example, I love fried sushi, absolutely love it. But then I also love a typical Portuguese dish that's called bacalhau à brás. That's technically, it's like some crisps that are mixed with cod, you see, and eggs, and it's just delicious. I also really love scampi and chips. I love Scotch eggs, pork pies. I also really enjoy Italian food, so that's the answer really. What is your favourite dance you ever performed? Okay, this one is good. I think this is the answer too. If you had the chance to be a rocketeer, would you take that chance? But probably not. Because I don't know. It's not really my thing, you see. and performing, dancing like that. I don't know. I wouldn't. I just dance as a hobby and because it keeps you fit, you see. Yeah, so I probably don't know. Wouldn't take that chance. Probably not. Who is your favourite piano player? I really like a lot of pianists, but probably my favourite piano player is Tony Ann. I actually saw his concert last summer in June, and it was awesome. It was absolutely amazing. I even had the chance to take a photo with Tony Ann and Arkai. They're an awesome duet, these two. And they're just so talented. And it was amazing. Who is your favourite violin player? I don't really have a favourite violin player, to be honest. I really like different violinists, so I don't really have one. Which is your favourite song to play on the piano and on the violin? Probably my favourite song to play on the piano is probably the Turkish March. Don't know. Depends, sometimes I don't really have one. And on the violin, I really don't know, but I like to play Despacito. Who was the first pianist you saw in person? Probably the first pianist I saw like in person, really, like in the concert. It's not the first one because I went to candlelight concerts before and things like that, but it's probably Tony Ann. And who was the first violinist you saw in person? We could consider Andre Rieu. Next question. Who is your favourite singer? My favourite singer at the moment is probably Olivia Rodrigo, and I'll play a little bit on my guitar and sing. You found a new version of me, now that the starters were free. Jesus, what was I even doing? And now it don't mean a thing. God loves so embarrassing. Just watch as I crucify myself. For some with second string loser who's not worth mentioning. My God loves embarrassing as hell. Last question. If you could create your own world, what would it look like? It would probably be somewhere where there would only be peace, everyone would be safe, there wouldn't be wars, everyone would have good living conditions, and that would be it. So this is the end of my question and answers. I hope you enjoyed it and you got to know me better, and bye bye.